Ready to get this one going. And off we go from Wembley. Corey Ballantyne to return this. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And it's the six-year starter leading. It's Trevor Lawrence.
Facing a top defense, you really want your quarterback to be less a conductor of a train, driving the pace as fast as possible, and more the conductor of an orchestra, guiding and leading all the pieces of this offense in a calm, cool, and collected manner.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he gets it away, but nowhere close to that target. Incomplete. Quick thinking just to get rid of it there, Brock, but no chance. It's third down. Lawrence throwing here. Oh, it's there, but he dropped it. A painful moment to break concentration. That forces fourth down. Jacksonville in punt formation. Fields this clean at the 30. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Well, here come the Texans for their opening drive. And it's going to be the fourth-year man from The Ohio State University leading the way. It's C.J. Stroud.
I don't think it's cliche when you hear these players say, hey, if the team does well, the individual awards will follow. That's fine at the end of the year when the hay's in the barn, but getting it done like you did last week, that's a big deal.
He's got a chunk here, about 14 yards before the stop is made. First down coming up.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Stroud off of play action. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, the Jags got it.
That's quarterback's living nightmare and a defender's dream right there. Not just to get the sack and get home. The sack fumble, that's what these defenders live for.
Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. This is Tootin, right side. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Stop coming from Henry To'o. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
At their 48-yard line.
Lawrence looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. First and 10 here for Lawrence. And that last throw puts him up near 1,000 yards on this season.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hand off to Tootin. He gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play. Now, you take these types of results as early wins in a game, Brock, both in getting their running back started and getting your guys to start winning that battle up front, too.
Moving a man against his will and doing it right from the jump, that often portends to good things offensively.
Brought down after a gain of about 5. That gives them a first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He's being chased, and they get him right near the line. Danielle Hunter. And that is the 4th for him this season. They step up to a 2nd and 11 here following the sack. Trying again following the sack. Lawrence. In big trouble now, and the ball is out. And the Texans have recovered it.
You're using using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Texans down running back David Montgomery getting back to work. And midway through the season, you can see he's pacing the NFL running backs and receiving. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they're able to get 3 points off that turnover. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. He's going to field this at the 2. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now we'll see the Houston offense for their second drive of the contest. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. Here's a give to Montgomery to begin the drive. Brought down there after a gain of about 14 yards. And that gives Houston the first down.
We see it and hear it all the time. For receivers, their favorite moment is just to go up over a DB and make a play. And for these running backs, there is nothing that beats slamming right through a tackle and getting that first down.
And second down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Now after battling on that run, we see one of their linemen appears to be injured and in need of some attention. Back to the line they go. It's second down. To the air, Stroud. He'll try and run this. And into this line it goes after a gain of close to 5, Brock. That will bring up 3rd down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
He puts some air under it deep down the left. He's got a man, but he can't make the catch. That hit just a little too much. Breaks up that big play as 3rd down goes unanswered. Here's someone from a family of punters, Ryan Stonehouse, on to punt on 4th. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Tootin on 1st and 10. And give him a fresh set of downs. That play goes for 10.
One like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Here's a pitch. It's Tootin. He's up again! And he gets it forward to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. Well, there's been nobody worse running the football this season, Brock, than these guys, to put it bluntly. But on that play, kind of looked like they were taking some notes from the league's best with how they advanced it.
The notes being taken were the defense were reading the press clippings, and maybe you shouldn't because that's a reminder in the NFL on any given Sunday. You better do your job or you could be embarrassed.
Back to the line they come, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
Lawrence to throw it. It's a screen play for Allen. And good work there, adding a little chunk after that catch as he gets it ahead for 8 yards. Make this 3rd and short.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Now it's Lawrence. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And they're going to take him down just short of that marker. In that range, might we see them go for this 4th down?
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
Now Lawrence. And he had it, but no, can't complete the process of the catch. And they wind up turning it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They get in on the ground here with Montgomery. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. 18 carries. Good for 86 yards. Second down. Here's Stroud. Short pass brought in. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Stroud. Into the hands of Dell. He stopped here, gain of about 7. And that is the Texans' first down.
They call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. To the sideline. Collins brings it in. And give him an even 10 here, Brock, before he hits that sideline. This is going to get him a good bit closer now for this 3rd down. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start, offense.
All twitched up. They were ready to get it on 3rd and inches, but now a much different situation awaiting them after that false start. Stroud now on 3rd. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Jordan Lewis. And the Jaguars get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
A week after going interception-free and leading to a win, unfortunately, he sees his first interception here. Now comes the fascinating part. Do you become check down Charlie, or do you continue to be aggressive?
On the give, it's Tootin. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. Just 3-0 is our score. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They start with 2nd and 6. Off the play action, it's Lawrence. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he picks up 20 on that play. And that is a Jacksonville 1st down.
And the Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Tootin gets it from the gun. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Caden McDonald on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Got his man. Thomas has it. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the 1st down. That yardage, it really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone on 1st. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
On the throwaway. Leads to 2nd and goal.
hit behind the line. That ball's loose. And the Texans have recovered it.
As a quarterback, you're really trying as best you can, Kate, to find those windows where your man's got some space after the catch, because the last thing you want to do is throw him into a big hit. Yeah, I know that fumble goes on the receiver's record, but that QB, he feels responsible.
The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at second in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play action, here's Stroud. Look at that power, deep left side. Big gain downfield. And this is across midfield and into enemy territory.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's 1st down. They'll run the draw with Montgomery. Ooh, he made most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that 1st down carry. Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll run again with Montgomery. There's the stop. Damage finally comes to an end after a 17-yard pickup. And that gives the Texans a 1st down.
A gain of 17 yards. And the Texans 1st down.
Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And the stop is made after 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in the game. It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
First give on the ground. It's Woody Marks. And call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Stroud. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Texans. Take down his 3rd of the year. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
The extra point is good by Fairbairn. And they jump ahead by 4.
Texans 7, Jaguars 3.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's Parker Washington with the return. Jukes away from 1. And he's out of bounds. What a play for them, but will it stick? Oh, we got a flag down.
Receiving team.
So a quality return, but you're going to have to wipe away some of it as they get caught for holding along the way. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That pass caught by Strange. And he's going to be brought down before he can really do anything after that catch. So give him, it looks like about 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Lawrence to throw on 2nd down.
24-yard line.
And this throw is going to be incomplete. 3rd down.
Pass intended for Parker Washington. Incomplete. Reed Blankenship on the coverage.
Lawrence throwing here. He has the first over the middle. This one stopped. Play gains about 6 yards. And that's going to earn the Jags a new set of downs. Lawrence on 1st and 10. And he's up to 9 of 15 passing after that last completion.
30-yard line.
It's a handoff to Tootin, running right. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go again here with Tootin. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, Did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They'll throw, 3rd and long. And this time he's not going to be able to hang on. Far from his first look on this series, Brock, but drawing some extra attention as a result. That hit is going to force 4th down. They'll send Logan Cook out again for the punt. The Texans have Jalen Noel at the ready. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. That's caught by Montgomery. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
2nd down throw for Stroud. And that one's incomplete. He got muscled off the ball there. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 13.
Now it's Stroud. And he's taken down back at his own 8-yard line. Trayvon Walker. And that's going to leave this offense facing a 4th and forever, 22. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. The Jaguars have running back Bashal Tootin headed out with the rest of the offense. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll run again with Tootin. He did well to shake off one tackle call, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Lawrence to throw it. That one's nabbed by Allen. And they make the tackle at the 38. A pickup of 17. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
Okay, running backs might not be the most accomplished route runners, certainly compared to the receivers. But when it comes to body control, strength, making a catch through contact, this guy just showed out.
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Not going to get a snap here. We have arrived at our 2-minute warning. More from London right after this. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. Lawrence looking to throw. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped it incomplete on 1st down.
Junior, incomplete. Reed Blankenship on the coverage.
2nd down give to Tootin. And he takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now it's Lawrence. And that throw's broken up incomplete. It looked like he had it until that hit arrived. It's going to be 4th down.
Incomplete.
Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2.
51-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points. And a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Returning it from the 4. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. It's Montgomery on the counter. Now this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And the defender finally gets there, but not before a big gain. 18 yards on that play. And that gives Houston the 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Here's Stroud now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That is Caleb Ransom. And the Jaguars have it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've got him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The Jaguars headed out on offense late in this 1st half. They're going to start just inside of enemy territory following that pick. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Here's Lawrence to throw. Pass brought in by Parker Washington. He's going to be forced out following a gain of about 10. And it's going to be 1st down Jaguars.
10 yards. And the Jaguars 1st down.
Now Lawrence. Able to find Strange here. And he's going to be dropped quickly after making that catch. Gain limited to a couple. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Couple of yards on the catch leaves them 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Complete. It's Myers. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. He's going to be brought down before he can really do anything after that catch. So give him, it looks like about 7. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 2nd and 3 now. From the 10, Lawrence. Has it in close. And he's going to win the race to the corner. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jacoby Myers, his 3rd of the year. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the 1st half of play.
Cam Little to try the extra point. Send right down the middle and good. And their lead now stands at 6.
Jaguars 13, Texans 7.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. On the return, it's Jalen Noel. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Back to work after throwing the pick. He can't pull this one in. That's incomplete. 2nd time he hasn't been able to bring in a catchable ball. Keep an eye on that. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. He's going to be taken down. Gain of about 14 on the play. And that is the Texans' 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Houston.
Looking to throw, Stroud. Finds Montgomery on the drop down. And give him about 4, nothing beyond the catch. And hit got there quickly.
David Montgomery.
2nd down, here's Stroud. get him yet again? Picked off by Travis Hunter. And the Jaguars are stopped on that return, so that interception's going to be the final play of this opening half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. While we checked in with Scott in Orlando, our two teams here, no doubt, made some adjustments. It's a close game here as we get ready for our third quarter. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. There's the stop. Play hits for 15 before it, though. And that gives the Texans a first down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
Going to the ground again on first. Had some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7. 7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Montgomery now up the middle. Past midfield to the 45. And he gets this down to the 38. As that play comes to an end, we get a pretty quick stoppage from the officials. Players shaken up. It looks like, yeah, it's David Montgomery who's being helped out and in some pain. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Receiver in motion. He's headed right. First down. It's a run with Marks. Give him a couple on that carry. Second down coming up.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
To the air, Stroud. Catch made by Woody Marks. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston.
Complete to Woody Marks. Touchdown,
So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Fairbairn now for the PAT.
for the extra point.
Accuracy perfect there as it's center cut.
Makes the
That
score
gives him the lead.
Texans 14, Jaguars 13.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff.
Houston.
Here's Ballantyne on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Jaguars ready for another drive on offense as Jacoby Myers heads out. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this one's going to be picked off, but he dropped it. So, almost a one-play drive. Defender couldn't hang on, though, and they're going to feel fortunate coming up on second down now.
Blankenship on the coverage.
Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. And they try him again, but this one is also incomplete. The defense stayed focused on him after that last play, Brock. There to break it up. It's third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Lawrence throwing here. It is almost picked off. He had the interception, but he couldn't hang on. It will, though, still bring up fourth down. The Jaguars in a punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. First down now, ball at the 33. Here's a give to Montgomery to begin the drive. Down he goes after a pickup of about 12 yards. And that gives Houston the first down.
Okay, to run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
On play action, here's Stroud. And they're going to take him down here. Pressure gets to him at the 36. Josh Hines-Allen. And that backs them up now into a 2nd and 18. Trying again following the sack. Stroud. Right side cut by Higgins. And out he goes after picking up a couple. Brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Stroud. And that's going to fall incomplete on a look to his running back, and it's going to bring up 4th down. The Texans set to punt. Ryan Stonehouse will kick it away. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Hand off to Tootin, and he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. He keeps it and takes off. And he covers up after a nice gain right near that marker. Gonna need a little bit more now on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Lawrence to throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Punting unit out now. And they could really use a good one here. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Texans, down running back David Montgomery, getting back to work. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. Digging in on the ground here with Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
2nd down throw for Stroud. The pass is incomplete, but hold on here. We've got a flag on the field. Here's the call.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. They'll run here following the penalty. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. That was Jack Kaiser who got there for the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door.
And he's going to be brought down back to the 34-yard line. And that's going to take us to 4th and 9. So out now comes the punter. And he's been getting all of it every time out. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. Lawrence looking to throw. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county. After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now it's Lawrence. And this is going to end up an incomplete pass, partner, so that brings up 3rd down.
Intended for Brenton's
Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
They'll throw 3rd and long. Gets this one to Myers. And a stop is made downfield after a gain of about 18. And that is a Jacksonville first down.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34. Now a give. Here's Tootin headed left. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Connects with Thomas on the out. There's the hits. They're going to force him out of play with a gain of about 12. And that's going to earn the Jags a new set of downs.
That's good for a Jaguars first down.
Shotgun handoff for Allen. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
He was brought down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
It's a screen play for Allen. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line. They completed the pass, but they lost one on 2nd down, so now they've got 3rd down.
Loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he is caught before he can get back to the line. And they come through to force a 4th and 11.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. When you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Fights his way through a tackle. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, a nice little run to set the table.
Less than a ruler needed here on 2nd down. They'll run again with Montgomery. They're going to slow him up here after 4, maybe 5 yards. And that is a Texans first down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Houston.
Now it's Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. He's brought down. Play goes for, it looks like, about 11 yards. And that gives the Texans a first down. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over 1 final quarter. First and 10 from the 43. They send a man in motion. On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Ball at 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
The offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. 3rd and short.
And this one had no chance. Hit well behind that line. And that brings up 4th down.
It's a loss.
That was a beautiful picture, Kate, of stop the run on the way to the quarterback. Third downs, I don't mind a draw call. You're thinking pass. You want those defensive ends to come upfield. But kudos to that whole defense to stop that run on the way to the quarterback.
And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Lawrence now off the play action. Finds a seam down the middle. And brought to the ground as they hit him big on that play, Brock. It looks like they're marking a gain at about 25 yards. What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Tootin on first and 10. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got second and 11. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
Gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Third down, Lawrence to throw. Into the hands of his running back, Tootin. And out of bounds he goes, well short of that marker. That brings up 4th down. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. The Texans, down running back David Montgomery, getting back to work. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. A give up the gut to Montgomery. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, that kind of gain may not take a safety out of the picture on the next play, but at least you won't have half your guys standing in the end zone on the next snap. That was a valuable little run right there.
Throwing on second, here's Stroud. Well, he throws it quick, but what a pass rush that was. Able to hit him on the release anyway and break that up. 3rd down now after that incompletion.
It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Stroud. And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He's been sacked over and over and over here. And this time, cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think, were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over
yeah.
and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go. On the give, it's Tootin. He cuts it back right. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jacksonville! Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
On his little for the extra point. This one splits the uprights. It is good. And lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Jaguars 22, Texans 14. Cam Little to kick
All
off
set for the
for
kickoff.
Jaguars.
Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Texans take
Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And turnovers, well, we all know, never okay for the players, certainly not okay in a coach's eye. And with as many as they've had here, Brock, gonna be tough to play these highlights back after this game.
Yeah, tough but essential, Kate, because watching these plays, this is the difference between good and great. I got to be around Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning didn't watch his highlights. He watched his sacks, he watched his interceptions. He wanted to critique himself through these difficult circumstances. And when you do, you can become a Hall of Famer like Peyton.
It's a gain of
Last
7.
run got him 7.
Brings up
Here comes second and 3.
At the 36-yard line.
Here's Montgomery. So they stop him after about a 5-yard gain, and he's good enough for a fresh set of downs.
He's
On the 40-yard line now. This is first and 10.
gain of 5. And the Texans
Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
He's brought down.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's second and 8.
On the pickup. It's second and 8.
Now give to the left side. Here's Marks. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
This connects with Higgins. This goes big, 25 yards before that tackle is made. And that gives Houston the first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. First down.
Stroud off of play action. Finds his back, Marks. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Coming off a 6-yard completion, here's second and 4.
Brings up second and 4 at the Jaguars' 31-yard
On the
line.
handoff, this is Montgomery. They get to him, he's hit, brought down after a gain of about 10. And that is a Texans first down.
21-yard line.
A stoppage now, and this is not an injury you want to see. This, Brock, could affect both sides of the football for them. That's Travis Hunter who's being tended to. They'll run here on first down. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Give him a few yards on that run. It's second and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 18-yard
Montgomery
line.
now up the middle. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into first and goal.
6-yard line.
Sure seems like running at a blitzing defense shouldn't work out too often, Brock, but right there it did nicely for him.
Yeah, football's kind of a funny game, Kate, because it could be super complex. You get into a lot of...
And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. That's David Montgomery. Number 3 for him this season. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party to get involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage?
And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the fourth quarter. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
Good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And while this isn't one for the record books, Brock, I know that you've been really impressed with just how he's owned the pace and schedule for much of this game. The stat line looking pretty impressive at this point as well. Look at this. He's found the weaknesses in the defense and capitalized, having a real nice game so far. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's first and 10. Inside give here for Tootin. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. He can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Working on second down. Lawrence. And that one's going to be incomplete. Third down coming up. Still 10 yards to get this first down as they come to the line.
He was defended by Derek Stingley.
Third and long for him here. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. Henry To'o comes up with it.
Just how many times do these games at this level, Kate, come down to plays like this. In the end, you don't want to be the team making the mistakes. You want to be the one capitalizing on them. Now this offense has got a chance to do so.
Out now come the Texans on offense. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Running this with Montgomery. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. We've reached the 2-minute warning from London. Texans pushing to get within range for a game winner. Multiple ways to attack. Here's 2nd and long. They send the tight end in motion. 2nd down. Here's Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw it. And that's going to end up an incomplete pass. Not on the quarterback there. That pass was dropped. It's 4th down.
Incomplete.
That incompletion right there, Kate, it does stop the clock, and it gives you a chance. A chance to get in that huddle, regroup, and make sure you just fire your best shots here down the stretch.
5-yard attempt.
It's far enough, but does not get the redirect off the upright. It's no good. And late in the 4th, we stay tied.
Well, they got the chance to kick a potential game winner, Kate, and that's all that kicker wanted, a chance. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. And all he can hope now, tie game late here, is that his counterpart across the way, warming up in that kicking net, well, he doesn't get the chance to end it himself.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
It's a pickup of 3.
Wants to throw on 2nd down.
And 7. At their 48.
Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this one ahead for what looks to be about 20 yards, maybe even a little more, and that 1st down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. 2 set of downs for him from the 31. Here he is to throw. Thomas snags it over the middle. And he can't escape a quick tackle after the catch. Tackles at the 20. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Hand off to Tootin. Escapes a defender. Makes a cut. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Bayshul Tootin. He gets another here in the 4th. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
That one right down the middle. And they've broken this tie. They've taken a 7-point lead.
22.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Return coming from the 6. Things going well so far. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pipes, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
And they'll spike it here and leave us with 45 seconds to go. Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. Here he is to throw. He's got it, complete to Collins. And he gets out of bounds to save that final timeout. This picks up the first down, too.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Texans
He'll look to
first
throw
down.
it. Complete, dialing up Collins again. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Complete to Nico
Final
Collins.
timeout called by the
A gain
Texans.
of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the
Back to
Jaguars'
throw.
42-yard line.
And Stroud gets him the first with a slide down at the end of it.
On the scramble.
The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
First down, Texans.
And they're down to 21 seconds after he spikes it. 2nd and 10. Need something positive here. To the air, Stroud. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Incomplete on
So
the
after that
roll.
prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Third down.
Now to throw.
Yards to go.
Pass dumped off to Montgomery. And he's going to be out there after a pickup of about 17 yards. And that gives the Texans a first down.
David Montgomery. It's a gain of 17
One final
yards.
shot here.
First down, Houston.
And he comes up with it. He went and got it. Touchdown. And now they can tie this or go for the win.
Houston.
I still don't think everyone has quite processed that touchdown as time expired, Brock, but they don't have time. They've got to make the biggest decision of the game right now. Do you force overtime or do you go for this win?
Well, you said a key word right there, processed. And this is a process. You spend the week planning it, you got the numbers behind it, but ultimately, Kate, this comes down to gut feel. I say it every time in these moments. You've had to use the last 4 quarters to make this decision, and it better not have been right in the moment. You better have made it before this drive began.
And there's still something being celebrated by the fans, isn't it, Brock? A coin toss might not decide the game anymore here in overtime. Both sides guaranteed a possession now, even if the first team scores a touchdown. And if we're tied after those 2 series, it is next score wins. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. And they fought hard not just against their opponents out on the field, Brock, but the tens of thousands of opponents here in these stands. Now a chance to be the first ones to answer the bell and take the early lead here in overtime. And he's just going to hook this one into about row C there. And some lucky fan and haul in a heck of a souvenir.
It's now 2nd and 10.
A pitch out to Montgomery. Still working past the 40. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. A big play in the biggest moment of the game. 57 yards. All right, so an important landmark crossed on that play. They're inside the red zone now, partner. Now, new overtime rules mean they can't win it with a touchdown, but more times than not, a touchdown does ensure they don't lose it on the next series either.
Yeah, and you do all this work, all this heavy lifting to get into the red zone, it's got to be a touchdown, and that's all you're thinking offensively. You are not going to feel good coming off the field if you got to settle for 3.
And out of bounds before he can extend for that marker, Brock, but still a gain of 9. Nicely done on first down, 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun, Marks gets it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown.
Woody Marks. His 2nd of the game. First one he's running on the ground. Fairbairn now for the PAT.
For the extra point.
This is good, and that's a big one, Brock. Now their defense just has to defend a 7-point lead here in OT.
Jaguars 29.
Challenge has been laid down, partner. It's time to see if they have an answer prepared as we're off again. Here's Ballantyne on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Coach Liam Cohn ushering his Jaguar offense back to the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Now it's his turn in overtime. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. Well, they found something that worked there. Nearly 30 yards on that play. And almost always, that's going to be good for a first.
It just felt like a composure play. Quarterback was calm. Receiver did his job securing the ball. And because of it, those chains are moving.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Shotgun handoff for Allen. So call it a half dozen on that run, Brock. It's 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Met at the catch point, and it's incomplete. A couple of defenders nearby. One of them makes the hit to break up that catch. 3rd down upcoming.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now Lawrence. That's caught for the first. Play picks up about 6 yards as he stopped. And that's going to earn the Jags a new set of downs.
That's good for a Jaguars.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
That's another Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
A give to Allen out of the shotgun. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. Well, you've taught me, Brock. Sometimes it works, and sometimes, like there, almost nothing from them as they just run it right into the teeth of that blitz.
Yeah, the thing, too, about that success is get ready to see more blitzes. D coordinators love to dial it up.
Lawrence goes into a slide before that hit can arrive with enough for a 1st down. All right, partner, well, I know they're not going to look ahead down there just yet, but let's you and I do that. In the red zone, they need the touchdown first, obviously, but after that, they're going to have a decision, right? Do you kick to tie and give the football back, or do you go for 2 in the victory?
I'm not dodging it, Kate, but that's honestly a great question. And I know this, that decision better have already been made. The best coaches, decision makers, we know this. They're a play ahead, a series ahead, a possession ahead. That was a choice you made before you ever got the football.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd down, it's Lawrence. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Texans have recovered it.
Holding. Offense.
So holding on the offense, Brock, and a quick declination from the defense, that turnover will stand. So it's a win for the Texans. And their trip across the pond, a fruitful one, Brock, as they claim the victory over here in London. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports.